You know, if I could do three things in life, I'd eat, I'd sleep, I'd poop. You know, all while playing The Legend of Zelda. My name's Adam Janka. I'm 17 years old. I'm a senior at Delaney High School. Never really excelled at anything in my life. I'm a pretty normal guy. I'm pretty average. In terms of social scene, I'm not really a partier. I'm not really in with those kind of kids. I'm not what you would call cool. You know, I've got pretty common interests to boot. I like math. Like to play some frisbee every now and then, but I have to say my one true interest is Legend of Zelda. Hey there, I'm gonna give you a nice little tour of my effective living quarters, my basement. Nice cursory glance here. It's a pretty stylish space, as you can see. Nice yellow walls, nice furniture. Coming over here, we've got some bookshelves. Nice legible clock with some Barbie dolls, not mine. We've got my antique television right here. She's about 15 years old. 36 inches across the diagonal there. Got some weights here in the corner in case I feel like exerting myself every now and again. Now the highlight of the basement would definitely have to be the video game collection. Starting here, the PlayStation 2 turned on its side. There's the barcode. Currently situated with Guitar Hero. That would have to be trademarked. In case I feel like going old school, we got the antique Super Nintendo, codename SNES. And here we go, right here. Prior to the basement would have to be the Nintendo 64. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time plugged in. Spent a lot of time playing that sucker right there. Most recently I've come to partake in what I like to call a Zeldathon. Just a bare-bones, minimalist completion of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I complete all dungeons, all temples, I get all necessary items, I skip all the unnecessary ones. Pretty much, I do all of it without getting all of it. Now, this sounds like somewhat of a trivial ordeal, but you know what, it's really not. It's quite lengthy. The greatest challenge of the Zeldathon is the fact that it's completed in a single sitting. When it's all said and done, at the end of the Zeldathon, game time equals real time. Hey there guys, I'm going to run you through my official Legend of Zelda game collection, the gemstone of my living quarters. I'm going to start you off with a copy of The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past for the Super Nintendo, made in 1991, that's almost as old as I am. Very good game, a nice little prelude to Ocarina of Time. Fantastic game. Next, I'm going to show you my stolen copy of the GameCube version of Ocarina of Time, complete with Master Quest. Nice little challenge, but it's not that bad, trust me. Next, Got the official gold version, complete with the hologram of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, the sequel to the original. Fantastic game, however, very underrated. It's a good one. And my pride and joy, as Mr. Stevie Ray Vaughan would say, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, version 1.2, complete with green blood and non-Muslim music and fire temple. Fantastic game. I spent so much time on this game. It's somewhat absurd, but it's been time well spent, I must admit.
Now there's something I want to clarify. A Zeldathon is a type of speedrun, yet there's still the key distinction. A speedrun is where a gamer pretty much hacks their way through the whole thing to achieve a truly absurd time, the fastest time possible. Zeldathon isn't like that at all. I seek to dignify the game. Now, I guess it makes me a bit of a purist. I mean, I complete the game the way it was intended to be beaten. The Legend of Zelda is a fond memory of mine. I mean, it's a game that pretty much defined my childhood. And for me, Zeldathon is a way to give back to The Legend of Zelda, the game that's given so much to me.
I spent the larger portion of my life playing The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I started when I was about 8 years old. In this 10-year span, I've beaten the game 14 times with an estimated 460 hours of game time. Beaten the game fully with all 20 hearts on 2 occasions. I've also managed to complete the game with a minimum 3 hearts on 4 occasions. I've scored a perfect on the Gerudo shooting range. I know it takes precisely 30 seconds for King Zora to move upon presentation of Gerudo's message in the bottle, and I can quick spin with the best of them. However, experience alone doesn't cut it. The weeks before Zeldathon are dedicated to methodical preparation, practice with a purpose. It's during this month that doubt becomes certainty, fatigue hardens to strength. During this time, I plan every route I intend to take, down to a T. Dungeons and temples are literally memorized, turn for turn, via practice and repetition. As I said previously, there are no redos in Zeldathon. By my definition, Zeldathon is one continuous run, sans breaks and segments. If I screw up, I can't just turn off the game and start where I last saved. I need to be perfect. Practice isn't my only means of prepping. I also pull together a timetable, give me an idea of just how long the endeavor should take. In the schedule, I include all tasks I plan to complete, how much time I want to complete them. I can use this timetable as a measuring stick during the actual run. Now take for instance Dodongo's Cavern. If I planned at Dodongo's Cavern beaten in 1 hour and 35 minutes, and I actually beat it in 1 hour and 25 minutes, I know that I'm precisely 10 minutes ahead of schedule. The day before the Zeldathon, I hit up the grocery store to pick up a few caffeinated beverages and highly concentrated sugar products. Preferably Coke or Little Debbie. I've got to have the proper sustenance. The day before the Zeldathon is very lax. I wake up late, make sure I'm not going to be tired that night, and go over my maps and timetable. I look over the game space and stock up on the consumables. Zeldathon is just like a test. Cramming is pointless, only makes me more nervous. Thus far, I've put a lot of hard work in. I'm confident in what I can do. I'm as ready as I'll ever be. And so it begins.